afternoon and welcome.
Hey everybody, we are live from Bell's Beer Garden at the Bell's Eccentric Café in Kalamazoo, Michigan. Thanks for joining us. We are safe and socially distanced. In fact, even our flamingos are 6 centimeters apart.
We are joined by people from all over right now, both here in the beer garden and out there watching us. We've got folks from Decatur, Illinois, Marco Island, Florida, Troy, Michigan, St. Louis, Missouri, and even Yellowstone, Montana.
Where the deer and the antelope play. Holy cow. Welcome.
All enjoying an Oberon with us today. Speaking of Oberon,
what's missing? I think we need one.
I agree, Shelley.
Okay.
So what is Oberon? I've been in Kalamazoo for about 20 years now, and I have to say, I mean, we couldn't have gotten a better day. It's not always this nice, except for the sunshine that we get in this glass. Kalamazoo is filled with people celebrating this day all the time, and we're super excited to be here. Baseball season is just around the corner. And Shelley, what do you got going on over there on this special day?
Colorful thing right here. So this is a donut made by our friends at Sweetwater's. We've had a wonderful working partnership with Sweetwater's Donuts out of Kalamazoo, Michigan for the last 4 years now. Typically, we would give this donut to the people that join us for our sunrise morning tour on Oberon Day. But I had to stop by. Tours are not happening. I still had to stop by and get us a couple donuts. They will be selling these if you are in Kalamazoo. They will be selling these through the 28th, so definitely stop in, say hello, and pick up one of yours. Looks good. Now here's what we have on tap today. So in addition to this wonderful donut, oh my gosh, and the inside is orange. We are going to be talking a little bit about some of the cool Oberon merchandise that we have available at the general store or our online store. We're also going to check in with Chef Chris in the Eccentric Café. He's probably hard at work right now, but he's going to tell us a little bit about the specials we're going to have offered here today, and also some other foods that you may find at home that really pair well with Oberon. And then we also are going to check in with our friends at Growlers Stadium, our hometown baseball team, the Kalamazoo Growlers. And then we're going to do a little bit of fun stuff with Oberon and homebrewing. And speaking of homebrewing, I think we might have a special guest here today, probably somebody that really knows homebrewing, that could teach us a thing or two. So we shall see, but I've heard that Mr. Larry Bell is in the house. So looking forward to that.
Well, and also, Shelley, the beer garden is lively today. We got here pretty early this morning, and there was a socially distanced line out front. Our staff here is doing a fabulous job to get everyone in and enjoying the beer and food in the safest way we possibly can. Before we get started, though, we do have some breaking news that I would like to share. It's Oberon Day. Also, we've seen a spike in orange sales throughout here, Michigan, as well as all over the country. And last but certainly not least, and most important, the recipe for Oberon has not changed.
Well, the weather here today looks absolutely beautiful. Thanks for that, Amy. We're going to check in, though, with Chief Meteorologist Keith Thompson from Kalamazoo's WWMT Channel 3 for a look at the 3-day forecast. Keith?
Thanks, Shelley. Thanks, Amy. And a good day to you. And what a wonderful day it is. And look at our 3-day Oberon forecast. You know, we're coming off of a winter and a fall there that was a little bit on the gray side, a little bit murky, a little bit cloudy, and I guess you'd say it was a little bit stouty. It's been that way since last fall. But the good news is it looks like now the sunshine is returning, and it's just in time for Oberon Day. So it looks like we're going to be starting off cloudy here. There's going to be a chance for some orange, and then a wheat wave will be taking us all the way through our 3-day Oberon forecast. And according to our Ober barometer here, you know, we got a little bit of that over the weekend, but now it's really coming on strong. And so you can see there's plenty of Oberon in our future, to be sure. In fact, it looks like it's going to be Oberon sunny for the next 3 days here. And if we were able to pull that forecast all the way out to the summer, the good news is there's more Oberon to come all through the summer. Back to you.
Oh,
Oh,
enjoying that sunshine.
holy cow. Does that feel good?
That's
Getting
going to
some
be
rays.
a good week.
Oh, boy. Woo! Wow. Cheers, Amy.
Cheers, Shelley.
Getting old. Got to put the readers on. Oberon sunglasses. Everybody's wearing them today. I'm seeing them all throughout the beer garden. Super fun. More to come on merchandise. Now, what a wonderful day. I mean, it doesn't get any better. And I swear to God, you're right, Amy. This beer is the color of the sunshine in my glass. What is the best way to enjoy an Oberon? Can you tell us a little bit about like how that works? Or
Well, you know what? I would like to try, but I decided to call in a special correspondent to help us with that. He's located right inside. Mr. John Mallett is going to help us understand exactly the best way to enjoy an Oberon.
Oh, hey, Amy and Shelley, it's great to see you. It's really a pleasure to be here. You know, I'm here today at the back room of the pub in Kalamazoo, and I'll tell you, what a great day. I always love when Oberon finally comes out. You know, it's really wonderful. You know, I thought I'd interview an expert. Wait a minute, I am the expert. We'll just go with that, okay? So, what we're going to do today is talk a little bit about how we enjoy Oberon, and of course, that's going to begin with the pour. What you want is a beer clean glass, maybe a little bit wet. That always makes it better. And a delicious bottle of Oberon, or can. You know what I like to do when I'm pouring a beer like this is think about the way that the head forms. You know, it just releases so much great stuff coming out of the beer. So you want to pour, as Professor Bamforth would say, with vigor. So take that glass, turn it at about a 45-degree angle, start the pour. You want a little more, a little less foam, you just raise that bottle up or move that glass a little bit. So here we go. Oh, look at that. And, oh, look at that great foam formation there. I love to see just fantastic foam forms up like that. You know, foam is one of the great indicators of quality beer, you know. Right there. I want to give it a little bit of a swirl because I do love that yeast and protein that's at the bottom of that beer. And look at that beautiful stable head. All right. That's a good-looking beer right there. So what do I want to do to taste this thing? Well, to enjoy it, you know, the first thing I want to do is enjoy it with my eyes. That's a great looking beer. Next thing I want to do, I want to give it a little smell. And, you know, as a trained sensory person, you know, you want to give it a little drive-by, a little, oh yeah, picking up just a little bit of that weediness, that little bready kind of character. Maybe get my nose down a little bit closer. Nice, good smell there. Oh, wow. Yeah, I'm starting to get some of the little bit of citrus in the hops that comes through. You know, we don't put orange in this beer, but there's really nice citrus aromas that come from the hops themselves. And then finally, it's time to just have a little sip. So, oh man, that just rolls around inside your mouth. Just tastes so good. You know, what I'm getting right now is that really nice kind of weedy breadiness. Got that nice little bitterness from the hop. The carbonation is kind of coming out. And then just that great supple kind of mouthfeel. You know, there's like body to the beer. The beer tastes like there's something there. It's not pouring through your mouth like it's water. God, that's good. Yeah, that's the taste of summer right there. It's been a long year. It's been a long year since, you know, we've been drinking Oberon, and I've always loved getting back to this time of the year. Weather's getting warmer, snow's going away, thinking about those great times, you know, over the summer when we're having Oberon. And, you know, I think about some of the great times I've had drinking Oberon. You know, a couple of years ago, Oberon opening day, we had the governor come by, and the chance to have a beer with the governor of the state of Michigan was fantastic. You know, what a fantastic experience that was. That's, you know, the celebration recognized of, you know, winter is finally releasing its icy grip. We're getting into this great summer season and drinking beer that is just meant for for this time of the year. A little bit of body, fantastic aroma, just great flavor. I don't know about you, but I'm ready to sit here for a little while. So with that, I'm going to toss it back over to Amy and Shelley. Thanks so much.
I wonder if he's still in there, Shelley. You know,
he probably is. I mean,
might still be in there drinking an Oberon.
hopefully he'll come out and have one with us a little later.
I know, right? Can we just talk one moment about his threads? I mean, if he isn't prepared fashionably perfect for today with that blazer and that scarf, I mean, he's killing it.
And the hair.
Always the hair.
Yeah, looking good, John Mallett. Looking good. Yeah.
One of the coolest things I think about Oberon Day is the lengths that people go to support the amazing colors, the orange, the blue. Working, you know, I bust these babies out every year about this day, special for the occasion.
Love your shoes. Those are awesome.
Yeah, speaking of shoes, there's also a fabulous group of fans here. Custom sneakers, the colors, I think they've even got names. This year they've added hats.
Yeah.
What do you think, Shelley?
That group of ladies, they're a lot of fun. They come every year and they bring the spirit of Oberon every time they show their faces around here. We love seeing them come back every year. So, hey ladies, we know you're here. But also a few other people. It looks like Carol's here for the first time. Welcome, Carol. We're so glad to have you. Looks like Carol's enjoying the food, and she says that if you're coming, please try the mango habanero Oberon. So that is the variant that is on tap today. We do a little spicy kick to the regular Oberon recipe by adding a little habanero in there. Looks like we have John Gonzalez and Amy Sherman, our friends. Happy Oberon Day, y'all, and hello. And then finally, it looks like we have another person here on the stage, Christy. She says, loving the sun and hanging out on the stage. So welcome, Christy.
Well, now I do want to get back to a little bit of that fashion. Some folks here seen some different hats and fun things. And speaking of fashion, I had the chance to catch up with Cameron, our senior clerk, store attendant, and brought some of the really great stuff that we have to share with you. This year, every year we take a little bit of time to mix up the design, and there's some really fun stuff going on in the general store. So let's see what Cameron brought to show us. Hi everybody, good morning. I am here at the Growlers Stadium with Cameron, our senior store clerk from the Bell's General Store. Happy to have you. Thanks for coming out.
Yeah, happy to be here.
Cameron, of course, brought all kinds of fun stuff we've got here for Oberon Day, and he's going to tell us a little bit about it. So.
Sure, yeah. Well, first things first, Oberon is released around opening day every year for baseball season. So big thing this year is Oberon jerseys.
Woo woo!
Good 92 on the back for the birth of Oberon, and that's just the start of it. We've got a lot more going on this year. We have a whole new logo, as you can see.
I'm really digging this. Is like rainbow, would you say tiger? I don't know. Leopard print,
zebra.
tiger, animal safari. Maybe?
Absolutely. Yeah. Something bright and shiny and fun for a new year of Oberon for sure. Biggest new thing we've got this year is these lunch tins. You remember these lunch tins when you were a kid?
I do. I might be dating myself just a little bit. I know you're the senior store clerk.
No,
but,
I was going to say, my tin had Mighty Mouse on it, so I guess I'm dating myself a little bit. But they also come with these fun little thermoses, sold separately, of course, but very vintage, very fun.
Now, if I want, is that something special only on Monday, or what can anybody come down and pick that up?
Absolutely. We'll have them there in the store, ready for everyone to come pick up a new little Oberon merch, something fun for the whole family.
And what else? What can you tell us? What other fun, exciting things are happening in the general store?
Sure, absolutely. On top of all these new merchandise we also have the same old fun merchandise. We still got these cool hats from last year. We've still got these cool sunglasses as well, repping Oberon with this nice stripe on the side. And also our classics, we've got bottle openers, we've got our old tins. We've even got our globes and our tap handles as well.
case you have a kegerator, you know, you're staying home, maybe you put a home bar in, right?
Absolutely, keeping your distance. Yeah, whether your break room or your work is from home or you're still out in the field, we've got some fun ways for you to rep Oberon this year.
Now tell me just a little bit about what's going on there over behind you.
Oh yeah, we got a little pool guy here, our friend Oberon here on this pool. So if you're looking to soak up some sun, hopefully socially distanced sun, we've got fun ways for you to still rep Oberon in fun water-based ways.
Well, now I know you couldn't bring a whole truck of everything that you have over in the general store, but I think we have some images of some of the other things that we have for sale over there, right?
Yeah, we sure do.
All right, let's take a look at those.
Absolutely.
Oh, would you look at that?
Wow, yeah. It's really cool that we have that in the store this year. I'm excited about it.
That is awesome. I cannot wait for summer.
Yeah, me too. Oh, look at that color. I love the color on that
the
one.
design really pops on there.
Yeah, I really enjoy that one too.
Wow, what a great design team we have. So much fun stuff in the store. Check that out.
They really do. They make a lot of really cool stuff. I'm still glad we have this one too.
So many bright colors. Wow, and look at that. Just look at it.
Yeah, I love the way we ref Oberon this way. This is super cool.
I cannot wait to get my Oberon on with that. It's going to be so much fun drinking an Oberon. Check that out.
Absolutely.
So cool.
I want like 3 of those. That's really cool.
Wow. Y'all are so talented. Look at that. Whoa. Oh my gosh. Is that a keg? You know, we did talk about if you have your own bar. You guys,
right, yeah.
You can order a keg. You sell kegs there down at the general store?
Quarter barrels and half barrels. We have them. We have a ton of them. Give us a call. We'll let you know. We can get it to you. It's definitely a fun way to celebrate Oberon for sure.
Just wheel that right out to your car and you never have to leave your house,
right?
Yeah,
give us a nice little socially distanced Oberon day.
And then you get one of these tap handles, you're good to go.
Absolutely, crank it up.
What does Oberon Day mean to you? Tell us a little bit about
sure,
what that day, you know, and obviously you'll probably be working hard down at the general store, but what's Oberon Day like for you?
Sure, Oberon Day was actually my first day at Bell's. So I have a pretty close attachment to Oberon Day. It gets pretty busy, but there's never a better day where I see the whole DRC area come together, all of Bell's come together, all of Kalamazoo to celebrate this cool little staple that we have in our community.
So, I mean, prior to last year, you're saying you started on what is literally one of the busiest days of the entire year for the Eccentric Café.
Yeah, that was my first day.
Wow, look at you. Did you, after that, were you like, I'm all in? Or were you like,
oh, the rest of this is easy.
Crazy?
Yeah, I got this from here, for sure.
All right, Cameron, so tell us, you know, people are going to be celebrating all over the country.
Absolutely.
Hopefully they'll be getting cold beer from, you know, anywhere. But if some of this merch, and you're not here in Kalamazoo, where can they find it? How can they get it?
Absolutely. All the merch you see here is online on our online store, as well as some things that aren't here as well. We've got a lot to choose from. We'll send it out to you. We've definitely got a lot of ways. We've got a whole plethora of things for you to check out, and real easy ways to get it to you. Also, if you're uncomfortable being inside the store at all, you also have next day opportunities to pick up merch here in Kalamazoo as well.
So you go online, you pick out the items that you want, you guys fill the order, you send a text or an email, you roll up in your car, you all bring it out, and you're good to go.
Absolutely.
All right. And now beer, I think we're going to talk about that a little more in depth in a little bit later segment, but also in addition to this wonderful merchandise, there's beer too, right?
Oh yeah. Wouldn't be the general store without some good old Oberon in bottles. I think we're going to have a few in cans this year as well. A lot of fun ways for you to get your Oberon. Oh, and Growlers and Growlers as well.
All right. All right, everybody. Get your Oberon gear. Rocking this awesome gator. It's keeping my neck just a little warm today. But also, you know, keeping us safe. So thanks for being here with us.
Yeah, thanks for having me. Happy Oberon season.
Cheers. Coolest.
That is so awesome. I definitely have to get one of those.
I mean, come on.
Oh, you can put your beer right in there and take it to work with you. I love that.
So cool. I mean, we're doing it. It's a little windy out here. You know, we're working with the elements.
perfect day to grab an Oberon or a couple of them, maybe a sixer, head out to Lake Michigan and do some kite surfing. That would be great. A little kiteboarding on Lake Michigan today. I am feeling festive though. I mean, check out our gear.
We're ready. This
We are
is
ready to rock and roll.
this. I mean, safari. I think I mentioned it in the video. Safari, animal.
There, Aim.
I'm ready.
I love it.
This is my work from home lunchbox.
Like I said, put a little beer in that thermos.
Right? And how about Cameron's hair? Did you see that? I mean, talk about really going all for it with that blue.
And actually his pants.
Yeah.
The guy's got fashion style. He's got a very good fashion sense.
And the jerseys.
I know. I need to get one of those, actually. Baseball season. That's exciting because that is kicking off right now. We've had some spring training. I think Mr. Bell's actually been enjoying some spring training down in Arizona, which is great. I'm looking forward to the Growler season.
The Growlers, yes, we're gonna talk to them a little bit later. So excited about that. You know, just a little afternoon. We've had the donut. We're having a beer. Getting a little hungry.
Yeah, I know what you mean. Well, here we go. We are going to actually talk to Chef Chris when we get back. But first, we're going to have a little word from our sponsor, and we're going to take a short commercial break. So hang on. We will be right back with Chef Chris from the Eccentric Café.
Bell's Brewery presents Two-Hearted Ale, the #1 beer in America 4 years in a row. Always fresh with hand-picked ingredients, always wild, always inspired. Bell's Brewery, inspired brewing.
Okay, I'm here with Chef Chris from the Eccentric Cafe, Bell's Eccentric Cafe in downtown Kalamazoo. Let's talk a little bit about what we're celebrating today. So we're celebrating Oberon. Cheers, everybody. Cheers, Chris. Do you have a favorite Oberon story or a memory that you can share with us? Do you remember the first time you had Oberon? Tell us a little bit about your experience with the beer.
Well, like a lot of us here, I am from Michigan. I'm born and raised down in Three Rivers, so basically in Oberon country already. After college, we'll call it a little bit of a walkabout, but I went into the Peace Corps, and there was a bar that a whole bunch of us went to right before we were flying out to our next destinations, and they just had one case of Oberon left, and it was early fall, and the last beer that I had before I went into the Peace Corps was an Oberon, and it was a nice way to say goodbye to Michigan and, you know, hello to something new.
So then, if I am hosting a backyard event this summer, and I'm going to be serving Oberon, what are some foods or things that I could be making at home that would go really well with Oberon?
Well, the great thing about Oberon is that, you know, that wheat backbone is such a versatile flavoring for the beer. It allows for you to do so many different things with. It is an absolutely wonderful beer for anything you want grilled. So grilled chicken, grilled fish. I would stick with the lighter meats. Some pork would be lovely too. And just, you know, the one thing we all associate with Oberon and with this style of beer is just, some lovely oranges, some citrus to it. So if you were to marinate fish or chicken in a citrus marinade or a vinaigrette, that'd be lovely.
Oh, yum.
If you were to, it works great with salads as well. One of the main staples we have at the cafe all the time during Oberon season is we call it our wheat berry and orange salad, but it's basically an Oberon salad. We use wheat berries, which are kind of like these, when you cook them up, they're these kind of chewy, beautiful orbs of malty goodness. They work so beautifully with this beer. And then just some orange and a nice citrus vinaigrette. It's a great side dish to whatever you're serving from the grill. And I mean, the one thing that we always also find ourselves going back to is just tacos. I mean, the combinations of citrus and grilled meats and, a nice flour tortilla, you can make all of those flavors work beautifully well with a taco.
And who doesn't love a taco? So then, as far as what's going on with Oberon Day at the cafe, can you tell us a little bit about some of the options people will have to take some food home and enjoy an Oberon in their backyard?
Well, for Oberon Day, we are going to have a lovely special menu. We will have that Oberon salad that I was talking about. I'm a big fan of some, who doesn't love some good Chinese food? So we're going to do our smash burgers have just been amazing over the past year, and everyone has loved them. So we're going to be doing a Chinese orange beef inspired smash burger for the day. That should be lovely. And we will have our absolutely amazing Oberon brats that we have every year.
Okay, so Chef, if I were on my way home, headed to the grocery store though for picking up maybe 5 ingredients or 5 items that I want to quickly pair because people are coming over to my house to drink some Oberon, what would those 5 items be if you had to give me some pantry suggestions?
Just some quick things to always have on hand that would always go wonderfully with an Oberon. Let's start with cheeses. Any mild cheese is going to be lovely. So anything from a nice mild cheddar, even all the way to like a mild Fontina or provolone. Just kind of something that's not going to be too strong because the flavors in this beer they're mellow. It's a relaxing kind of flavor. As going more towards the sweet tooth, any cookie that has some citrus or orange marmalade or something like that in there. Even just, one of the staples I always have is just a jar of orange marmalade in my fridge, and that over some nice grilled bread is absolutely lovely.
Yeah.
As far as salty goes, there are few things you can go wrong with this, whether it's chips or pretzels or even just some nice roasted salted nuts, even some nice salted honeyed nuts would be absolutely wonderful with this beer. And being from Michigan, smoked fish would be wonderful with this beer. Some smoked trout or even some nice smoked salmon would be a wonderful addition. And even just like, in the breakfast, in the morning, if you are, like some of us may have done a few times in our life, cracked an Oberon a little bit earlier. We'll say brunch. We'll say brunch. That's usually more of a fair time. But if you were to get a nice bagel, some smoked salmon, cream cheese, some little bit of orange supreme on there, and you're gonna have a really lovely little pairing to go with this Oberon in the morning.
Well, you are
Early
making
afternoon.
me hungry. I don't know about everybody else, but I'm super excited about enjoying some food from the cafe today, and especially to take it home and get some of the sunshine in. It's a little cloudy this morning, but I'm gonna do it. I'm hoping in the afternoon we have that. I wanna thank you for everything you and your team have done for the cafe, getting us through this winter, and also looking forward to coming and hanging out in the garden and enjoying a little bit more of your cuisine.
Looking forward to having a beer with you.
Cheers. Yum.
We're live. We're live.
Oh, man.
Oh, sorry.
Oh,
Those are props, okay?
sorry about that.
Single serving size, right here.
Yeah. Perfect.
So good.
Well, and so we did, being out here in the elements, we have some challenges, we're enjoying the sun, but a little bit of wind. So for those of you that did miss just a little bit there, the lunch box, the great gear coming out of the general store, order it online. Or if you're here in Kalamazoo, you can still order it online and then come on down and pick it up. So just in case you missed out on that, and thanks for working with us. Shelly, the stuff how did your mouth just not waterfall out with all the things that Chef Chris was talking about?
I mean, everything sounds delicious. He just puts on, every day, he puts on great food. They're working so hard this last weekend, through the weekend, and also today to bring the best of Oberon to you. So yeah, I'm excited. I'm excited for lunch.
I can smell right now. I don't know if it's tacos.
They've been smoking. They smoke meat here. I mean, the food is delicious. But my belly is kind of starting to growl. I'm with you.
Oh, growling, huh? Your stomach?
Well, just a little bit, yep.
We have these potato chips, and, speaking of growling, we were very lucky to be able to hang out over in the baseball stadium with the Kalamazoo Growlers earlier this week. And just have a wonderful time with Brian and also a little special someone, not our special someone, but one of theirs. So let's see where we are with them.
Try to juggle the oranges, even if you can. It might be funny to...
Oberon Day!
Woo! Tastes
Oh
pretty
man,
good.
it tastes really good.
Brian, you and I know each other, but let's tell our friends here. Tell us who you are. Tell them who you are. I know who you are.
Okay. My name's Brian Colby. I'm the Vice President, Managing Partner with the Kalamazoo Growlers. It's a summer collegiate league team in the Northwoods League. It's the largest league of its kind, 22 teams across Michigan, Minnesota, Iowa, Canada, North Dakota. So it's a really amazing league, and we pride ourselves, even though we're a baseball team, we have very little to do with baseball. It's everything else besides baseball first, and we put on a great show here at the games. So
Fun. I think fun is first, and then baseball.
yes,
Being here at the Growler Stadium today is a prime example. Partners of ours, these guys are.
Yep.
Y'all are up for anything. We have a crazy idea. You're like, bring it on. You have
Totally.
a crazy idea. You always share it with us. What do you have cooking this summer?
Well, we were one of the first teams, or one of the only teams to play last summer in front of fans. We had a very limited audience, but really 100 people capacity in a 4,000 seat stadium. But, you know, that really prepared us for this year with our staff, trained for this year, all the PPE equipment, all that stuff. So we're ready this year with some hosting more people in the ballpark, just ready to go and really excited because what we do, you can't experience a game on TV. We don't have takeout baseball here. You know what I mean? So you got
Smell an idea.
Yeah. Hey, I trademarked that. I'm on that. But we need people here to experience it, and so that's what we spend all year planning that, and that's why we're excited for this summer.
And we're excited too. Gus is excited. This is,
We have dogs here. We have all sorts of crazy stuff.
Bark in the Park is a theme night for this summer.
This is the new bat dog. He's going to get the bat. Most teams have bat boys and bat girls. We have a bat dog.
He's physical training right now.
We're starting with the little bats, and we're gonna work our way to the big ones soon.
Those like bat pens.
Yes.
The bat pens.
Yeah. We're working there. So.
So you know, we have been partners for. You and I were talking last week when we came up with this crazy idea. I remember the exact time that I met Brian. You know, it was the very beginning. The partnership was coming together. Tell us a little bit about that.
Yeah, I mean, 2013, 2014, we were starting the team. Never started a team before. You know, what the heck do you do? You know, it's one of those things where we're figuring it out on the go. And it just was a whirlwind. You know, when we start the team, you got to get the name first. When we were looking at names, we put it out to the community, and we got some baseball themed things, but we kept getting the Brewers, the Craftsmen, like all these kind of beer themed things. And, you know, not being from here originally, from Ohio, don't knock me for that, for the people in Michigan.
You're here now, that's what's important.
Yeah, but it just kept coming up. And so the last week we got the submission that said Growlers. And so it was like, man, this is perfect. It's a bear plus beer. It's almost like the same word, beer equals Growlers. And so it got voted on. It blew away what fans wanted. And so before you knew it, we're named the Growlers, which is beer and craft beer, which that kicked it off. And so that we didn't even meet with you. We didn't even know you at that point. So most people are like, is this Larry's team? What's going on? You know? And so long story short, we met with you guys. You believed in what we were doing. You were literally our first partner, first person to believe us. I remember knocking on doors, people going, hey, I'm not going to support baseball in Kalamazoo. We had a bad experience prior. You guys are the first people to believe in us. We created the Bell's Bear Cave, which we're in right now. And, you know, 8 years later, it's the only craft beer we've poured here at our games. Our fans love it. They come to know it. And, you know, it's been great, really.
We have had so much fun, whether it's, you know, promoting a new brand that's coming out, or you all are always asking, you know, what can we do this summer? So I know we are very excited to be, you know, back here. We threw an amazing anniversary party here a few years back. It's on postponement for now, but you know, together I think we've had a lot of fun, and beer and baseball, right?
Oh yeah. Yeah, Fun Invitational. I mean, I remember you guys asking us if we'd be open to doing it. It's like I'd cut off a finger to do this festival. It's such a cool thing. We want to host these types of things. And so I still have people tell me it was the best. And I've never done the beer festival before, but people always say it's the best beer festival we've ever been to. It was the most well done. There's a Ferris wheel in the outfield. There's a fireworks show going on. I mean, it was crazy. So when you guys do something, whether it's the Bell's Bear Cave, the beer, the events, it's always done the right way first, and everything else takes care of itself. So, yeah, we're just happy to, be here on Oberon Day.
Well, and I think that speaks volumes about you as well, because the partnership just seemed like it was meant to be, if I must say, from the start.
Yeah.
Hey, Brian, well, we appreciate you being here with us. Where can people find out more information about the Kalamazoo Growlers?
Thanks for having us. You can go to our website, growlersbaseball.com. That's where everything's going. It's getting crazy. Promo schedules, season tickets are selling out. We got an exciting year ahead, so hoping to have a lot of people at our games.
Hey, you know what won't sell out? The beer.
That's right.
Cheers,
Cheers.
to beer and baseball.
Ching! Get this dog out of here. Hey, buddy.
You know, they say you have to start them early, Shelly. Little bat dogs like Gus, you got to get them right out there. You know, they have to explore the space, and they have to learn what it's like to be potentially a little bat dog.
Yeah, and I was just going to say too, I noticed a little fashion statement that Brian was making, and the fact that he was not wearing socks.
No, I mean, he's hardcore. He was ready for Oberon on Monday, and those Growlers. I do want to give them just a shout out for. We went in there, we invaded their space. They just kind of, like we mentioned in the video, they were open to it. We had so much fun. They're amazing partners. I think that morning they were continuing to sell out of ticket packages. They're doing safe baseball over there all summer long. If you haven't been to a game, do yourself a favor and go. You'll probably see our guy Fritz over there. He's a huge Growlers fan. And can we just give Fritz the biggest shout out right now? The capture of that Porter video, I mean, it was amazing.
You couldn't have timed the spilling of that beer any better. I think there's some talent there with how Fritz captured it, but also how the bear made a slam dunk. Even though it's baseball, the bear made a slam dunk with the orange into the glass. So cheers to you, Porter.
Yeah, I don't think if we would have tried, we could never have captured that. It was in all of its natural glory that it ever could have been.
Totally.
It just really was. So cheers to the Growlers. Thanks to Brian, the entire team, and Porter for sure. We'll help you get that juggling down maybe later this summer.
I offer lessons.
Well, and speaking of shout outs and thank yous, I just want to give a big one. I was lucky enough to enjoy some Oberons with my dad over the weekend, my brother, spending some time with them. So big ups to my dad and my brother.
Yep, brother, hey there, Candyman, Randy Richards. We miss ya. Thanks for hanging out with us today. We see that you're tuning in. I'd also like to say thank you for joining us, Megan, who comes on the tour every year. She and her husband are celebrating their dating anniversary on Oberon Day. That is the day they had their first date, and they always tend to join us on Oberon Day. Hoping to see you here live later today. We know that you are tuning in, but if we can't, cheers to next year.
Shelly, Oberon, things like that you just mentioned, dogs named Oberon, couples coming together, relationships being born. I think a baby may have been, who knows what this day can bring to folks all over out there enjoying and celebrating Oberon.
Oh, we love that. We absolutely love that. You know what else we love? We love home brewing here in Kalamazoo. We have one of the best homebrew stores in the country with Bell's General Store. And here to tell us a little bit about home brewing with Oberon and how you can do that at home is our very good friend Nick, who is the assistant manager of the Bell's General Store. Nick?
Home brewing.
All right, we are here with Nick, who is our general store assistant manager, Bell's General Store in Kalamazoo, Michigan. And we're going to talk a little bit about Oberon the beer and home brewing. Tell us a little bit about if I were gonna want to learn to homebrew,
right?
And my favorite beer is Oberon.
Yeah.
How do I get started?
You should buy one of these kits first off. We have everything you need in this to make a batch of homebrew Oberon for yourself. I'll get right in here and I'll walk you through some of the ingredients. Now, is this the most beginner-friendly kit? No. We do have that available in our general store, though. This is an all-grain kit, so it's going to be for the more advanced home brewer. And what we've got in here are some hops.
Holy cow.
A whole lot of malts. Yeah, it's not an entire field, but you know, we're working towards it on this kit. Lower ABV, and whole field of what? It's barley and Oberon's signature ingredient, wheat.
So I'm looking at how much that is, and I'm going, that's a whole lot of grain right there.
Yeah.
How much beer am I going to get out of that kit right there if I'm brewing it at home?
So if you brew this and you do everything right, you should get 5 gallons of beer.
Holy cow.
I know.
Okay.
It's about 2 cases of beer, so I don't know, 8 hours of work if you're moving a little bit more slowly for 2 cases of beer.
Yeah.
Really great time with your friends. Sounds like a good deal to me.
It's really fun. I've done it one time.
Yeah, I watched your video, Shelly. It was really fantastic. So, you know, we have a little bit of priming sugar in here is the only ingredient that I haven't touched base on. But this is actually when you bottle your beer, you're going to put a little bit of sugar in there to re-ferment and get some carbonation on the bottle.
Hang on a minute.
Yeah.
Wait a minute.
I think I know what you're gonna ask. Yeah.
Where is the orange? I thought there was orange in Oberon.
Yeah, so Oberon is fantastic. You get orange notes, right? You don't get that from oranges. We do not put oranges in Oberon whatsoever. A lot of that really unique characteristic is from our house ale yeast.
Oh yeah.
And this is one of my favorite Bell stories.
Yeah.
We have our very own yeast.
Can't get it
No
anywhere
one else has this yeast.
Yep.
We were lucky enough to be able to partner with Imperial Yeast, where they got a sample of our yeast, propagated it up into a much bigger batch, and now we're able to sell our very own house ale yeast. The same exact yeast that goes into our Oberon and gives us all of those fantastic flavors.
That's amazing. So, now I know that we talked about the fact that orange isn't in there, but we do some really fun beers down at the cafe.
Yeah.
FYI, we are still brewing on the same 15-barrel system that was installed in 1992, the system that breathed life into Oberon, back then known as Solson, for the very first time. So with that being said, let's talk a little bit about if I wanted to be creative with my ingredients and say do an Oberon with an adjunct ingredient,
Sure,
which is something
yeah.
that isn't one of the main 4. I know downtown we do like a mango habanero, but can you tell us a little bit about how we would go about doing that?
You know, that is one of the things that I love about Oberon Day. You know, you can go anywhere in the Bell's distribution area and grab an Oberon during Oberon season. We do all these really fun ones, super limited release, and I just love seeing the creativity that comes out of that. So mango habanero,
One of my faves.
pineapple jalapeno,
Yum.
tamarind guajillo.
What?
I know, seriously. Last year, this was my weird favorite, was cucumber basil. What?
Who would have thought?
It was so refreshing.
An herbal.
Now, since it's not available over that entire distribution network, some of these more rare Oberon variants, we thought, why not get the instructions on how to make your own variant down in the general store?
Awesome.
Yeah, it's got everything that you need. Right after you get your kit, you ferment it all out, you ferment for 5 days, and then you start adding some of those adjuncts.
So
This case, for the mango habanero, you're going to be adding fruit and peppers. And we've got these again in the store, and they'll walk you right through the process all the way to packaging, so you have your very own variant of Oberon. And you can honestly go as crazy with these as you want, as long as you're honoring the core of the beer and celebrating, I think, the summer aspects of it. So that's great.
Well, thank you so much for being
Yeah,
here with us.
thanks for having me.
Yep, and cheers. Happy Oberon.
Cheers. Happy Oberon.
Welcome right now to be joined by Larry Bell himself. Welcome, Larry. It's time for an Oberon. I want to cheers you.
Hi, Shelley.
Oberon Day. It's been a while. I think you look like you've been somewhere warm and sunny. You've got a nice glow. And we want to hear about your favorite sport, and the season has just started. So tell us what you've been.
I was down in Arizona, and actually not last Friday, the Friday before, I was actually at a Cubs game drinking an Oberon down there.
Cheers, Cubbies.
And little golf, little spring training, and we've got Oberon year round down in Arizona in the Valley of the Sun. So I get to go down, do a little spring training, get ready myself for Oberon drinking up north. That's kind of fun and special, but there's nothing like opening day for Oberon here in Kalamazoo, and this has got to be a record day for weather for us. I can't ever recall having a day like this, and usually if it's 52 and cloudy, we're happy. If it's not snowing.
I've done sleet and snow with the tours in the morning here, and this, I can't tell you, this is a good one.
Cheers, Shelley.
Cheers to you. I just want to say, well, I better drink, otherwise I'm offending my my co-host here.
Oh, that's good.
That is really good. Right from the source, too. So for me, you know, I've been drinking Oberon since, I think, not to date myself, but like, probably
Shelley,
the year
I've
it
known
was
you a
released.
long time.
1992. I'm so fortunate to have been.
And when is your birthday?
I know,
Never mind.
We're not going there. Actually, I was legal.
Oh, okay.
Again, I'm blowing my age for everybody out there in the viewership. But I was able to be fortunate enough to be your first server hired here to work at the cafe. And for me, Oberon means that's you know, the 22-ounce bombers and people sitting around on metal folding chairs, and so much has changed, but it's grown into a wonderful place. The beer garden did not exist then, you know, it was just a small little place where you could come and feel like you were part of a community, and I thank you for that. Probably one of my favorite jobs ever, and I'm fortunate to still be working here for Bell's. So now, looking back at the history of Oberon for you, and knowing that Oberon was really one of the first beers that took off and had just such a following, it really hit it out of the park for Bell's. Tell us what Oberon means to you.
Well, you know, it's probably, you know, we start making Oberon about the time that the company has survived. You know, we've just started to become profitable. You know, we're about 6 years into the company, and Oberon's the first beer that sort of wasn't a copy of, let's say, an English style, right? You know, I'm feeling more confident in myself, and we're going to do something a little bit out of the box. This was not ordinary for the time. You know, it was inspired by Belgian beers, but you know, it's American wheat ale. It's not Hefeweizen or something else, and so you know, having fun with it, with creating a new brand, but also stepping outside of you know, what we were doing and sort of copying the beers of Europe. This means now this is something that is truly our own. You know, we're really starting to feel our oats as American brewers, right? And show what we can do as American brewers. And, you know, the idea for sort of the label is my idea. And of course, the face is off of a carving that's in at the bar that I had bought at Muir Woods out in California.
And people don't realize that is still hanging at the bar. And that is a fun little thing. It's like an Easter egg. When you come to visit the Eccentric Cafe, try to find the Oberon face, so the face of Oberon, because it's hanging up there, and it's fun to see people's faces when you show them, point it out, and say that's where the inspiration for this logo came.
Well, and you know, I had it at my house for several years, so it was outdoors in the wintertime, so it got a little wizened up.
Yeah, a patina.
Yeah, it's got a little patina and wear on it. So, you know. For me, it's, you know, it's a little bit more sentimental. You know, this is something that I, you know, truly came up with, and kind of the art. And, you know, at the time that we started making this, you know, cloudy wheat beer yeah, probably we're not going to sell a lot of this. This is just something fun that we get to do because we're brewers, and lo and behold, we can see how it's evolved into what it is today. So it's a sentimental favorite for me. It's kind of, it really, to me, it feels like that time in craft brewing when the revolution really took off, and Oberon was a big part of it. Just that spirit of people really discovering great beer.
Well, and if you want to start with one and you've never had a craft beer, this is a good one to start with.
Well, and as a summer beer, I mean, in reality, at 5.8% alcohol, that's a pretty strong summer beer.
Yeah.
I mean, you'll get a lot of stuff that, summer beer is 4% alcohol. Oberon's still pretty firm, as we say in the industry.
It is. In fact, if you're at the beach and you're enjoying Oberon, have yourself a glass of water with that Oberon if you're out in the hot sun. But for us today, we are staying safe, and you can see everybody here socially distanced. Now, one thing that we always get excited around Oberon Day is that we get to announce that we have a new mini keg design coming out, and this one's really unique. So last year, this is our mini keg here, this is what it looked like. But this year, there's something that's kind of close to, again, close to your heart, much like the original design of Oberon. You actually, you've been doing some hiking on the North Country Trail, and you also have created a really fun mini keg promotion for this summer and throughout, I think, the fall. We're gonna see some future mini kegs beyond the Oberon one. But tell us a little bit about your connection with the North Country Trail, what you've been doing, and a little bit about how you came up with this concept of for the mini keg and kind of what we're doing with it.
Well, this obviously it's been a really tough year this past year. For me it was even a little harder because, I for the second time in my life I had to deal with cancer last summer and go through surgery, and so I think not only does pandemic make you kind of examine a lot of things in your life, but a health event like that does as well. And I've been a supporter of the North Country Trail for many years, but in busy life I haven't really gotten out on it. And so this year I decided I need to get out and do these things a bit more, and a lot of people did, as we needed to look for outlets, something that we could do physically and enjoy and be socially distanced. Tons of people have taken to the trail, me included, and it's been really great for me to be able to get out and exercise and walk the trail and see our state. I bicycled across our state when I was 16.
Oh, did you really?
So I've got that covered.
Wow.
So now I'm working on hiking across our state, and it's a beautiful state, and it's great to meet people on the trail. Everybody's friendly, and I think through pandemic too, we come to value these things that we have in our lives a little bit more. And I wonder how we can help them out. Mm-hmm. And so, this year, rather than just doing our standard design of fun for Oberon, we're actually working with the North Country Trail Association, which is headquartered here in Michigan, up in Lowell. And we're going to feature the trail map on the Oberon, and hope that that's going to drive people out to the trail, and hope that will have people support the trail in whatever way they can, by volunteering, contributing, take the 100-mile challenge, make it part of your wellness program. So I'm really excited about that. My goal is 250 miles on the trail.
You're doubling the 100-mile challenge
for this year.
And, awesome.
So I got a ways to go because I was gone for a lot of the winter, but. So we're really excited to partner with them. We've talked about it in the past, and I think this, and it's not just Michigan, of course. The trail starts, in the east and goes all the way out to North Dakota. So for a lot of people that are within our sales territory, the trail touches them.
That's
so, and like
awesome.
you say, there's going to be some other mini kegs that are also going to support some other organizations that I care about.
And so we will hear about those later. We're not going to spill the beans yet. I will say that I will accept the challenge, the 100-mile challenge. I will too do 100 miles with you. I will do that with you. And I'm going to do it with my friend Action Baker. You're out there watching. I know you're tuning in. So Shannon Action, let's do it, girl. Let's get our hiking boots on and let's get out there.
You know, there's also a local challenge too, through the local chapter, the Chief Noonday chapter, to do. You can get a patch by doing Kalamazoo County, Calhoun County, and Berry County. So there's a patch for each one. There's one patch and you can get. So Kalamazoo County is really easy. It's 13 miles.
Yep.
The others are a little bit more challenging, but that's a local one and fun to participate in also.
Well, and they're hilly and beautiful terrain. I mean, we're kind of lucky that we have it right here in our back pocket. So.
Yeah.
Well, okay, so with that, I just want to then turn it over to you. Is there anything you'd like to say to everybody? Perhaps a toast to
Well,
Oberon?
you know, like I said, it's been, this year may not have been the worst weather-wise one that we've had, but it's probably the longest winter that any of us can remember. And so coming to Oberon Day, which just, you know, means spring, and we've survived the winter, and this year where there's a light at the end of the tunnel for this whole thing, you know, and we're actually getting to see friends again. We're not quite there yet, but we're getting there, and it just feels extra special to me this year. And so you know, I'm just really looking forward for all of us to get to see our friends again, rekindle those old relationships, to have fun this summertime, and to enjoy great beer. Thanks to all the Oberon drinkers out there. Cheers.
Cheers.
"70 degrees on Oberon Day. How great is this?"
Isn't this awesome? I mean, the sun was up so early.
Bye.
Happy Oberon Day from sunny St. Augustine, Florida. Cheers, everyone.
Cheers from Bourbon Street in the French Quarter. Happy Oberon Day.
Happy Oberon Day from the Upper Peninsula of Michigan. Cheers. Okay.
Cheers from Garden of the Gods, Colorado.
It's Oberon Day. Cheers from Skyview in Atlanta. I wonder if they'll let me ride this thing.
Cheers from Boston. Have a wicked sweet Oberon Day. Say your mother for me, all right?
Happy Oberon Day from Detroit, Michigan.
Woo, cheers.
It's better every year.
Well, I just want to say one for the books. Mr. Bell, thanks for joining us. Shelley,
co-host.
We did it.
We did it.
I think we did it. We want to take just a quick minute to thank, big thanks to our brewers, our packagers, the people that sell and serve our beer, everyone out there that is supporting us, not just today, but all of the time. Here's to another Oberon Day and a great summer ahead. Shelley, you got anything to add?
I just want to say cheers to everybody. Thanks for tuning in, and we'll see you out there on the beach, on the trails. We'll just see you in the beer garden. We'll see you.
Kite surfing,
Kite
right?
surfing, kite windsurfing.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Cheers.